It was really quite a chore to go to union meetings. And the only time we did was when it was negotiations, because we found that our positions were not, we didn't think they gave them the importance that they gave to their electricians or their wiremen or whatever you call them, because of course that was the majority of their membership. But when we did go to a union, and it was in the Labor Temple, in the meeting hall down in the basement, the first thing they would do is make an announcement that there were women at the meeting, watch your language. And in 1960, the city decided that they were going to lay off all of their married women. And when you got engaged, you were on notice that your employment was going to terminate. And so at the end of February 1961, that was my last day there. And I was going to go on unemployment insurance because my husband and I, at that time, were trying to get a mortgage. And I thought, well, I'll be smart and we'll get a mortgage when I'm not working, and then we'll have all that extra money. It didn't work that way. I had to have an income of a minimum of $240 a month for a percentage of that to get us approved for a mortgage. And so I went to work for Jenkins Groceterias. I approached my union, the IBW 254, about the layoff, and don't you know, they thought that that was just absolutely what should be done, that married women should be looked after by their husbands. And so these jobs should be given to single women. As I said, there was always a battle over pensions. It was always a battle for equality for women, I suppose, the rights of women, because the prevailing attitude then was, if you have a husband, it's his job to look after you, and it's your job to accept this. And, you know, sometimes you just can't. You have to move forward. And as I said, the City of Calgary, when they laid off all their married women, there were 3 of us left at the end, and we all worked for the department heads. Garage, transit, and engineer, city engineer. And within 2 years, they had scrapped the policy and were rehiring based on qualifications, not on marital status, because they couldn't get anybody. You know, the women who were looking for jobs were going to gas company, the oil companies. Any of these things were all hiring. Any of these companies were all hiring. And the city was competing, except that if you had an engagement ring on your finger, you knew that you either kept it secret or you were going. We would bring beer back from lunch and put it in the water in the back of in the tanks on the toilets and have cold beer. It was really a relaxed time, a period of time. Everyone the people within the building got along really well. We always had a staff Christmas party. Those ended when some of the wives that were left out got a little upset. I don't know if anything was going on other than there was an awful lot of, what do you call it, poker dice being played. And I know at one of them I'd gone home and missed the action, but one of the wives came down and got into a hair-pulling match with one of the secretaries. But we got along well.